This podcast is part of the Pull Up a Chair podcast network. Let's build community through connection, conversation, and collaboration.
Hey, I'm Ryan.
And I'm V.
And you're listening to Cringe With Me, the podcast where we dig up the cringiest articles, questions, and tidbits of human culture to review with you, our listeners, so you too can cringe with me.
I'm hypocritical, but at least I know we could be beautiful or maybe terrible.
All right, so this is October in Review.
October in Review. November is upon us.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's hard to say, because you had two pretty good episodes. And the Incesty, while it was very cringy to read and think about, it kind of landed on a dud. Because it might not be a real post.
Yeah, I mean, there is that aspect, but I don't think we have to judge it on that. We don't need to. So we started out with the one I did, which was the Cheating, a Vicious Cycle, which was the one about the woman who was cheated on and then proceeded to be the other woman in another relationship, and the parents being upset
and not knowing what to do.
Yeah, it's what we got deep into the weeds on the ethics of giving away people's secrets, right? Of exposing people's lies.
Yeah, loyalty versus honoring the truth.
Yeah, loyalty versus ethics.
Which you and I always not see less than eye to eye. I'm looking at your nose.
Sure. I get you.
And then I followed that up with my incest is sometimes okay. And we went down a couple different rabbit holes just to find out at the end that it probably is a fake post.
Yeah. So the funny thing about that one is I don't think that the post is very cringe. I don't think it's cringe that what's happened to them. I don't think that, like, it doesn't give me a nasty feeling that this happened. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, that's a bummer and it's probably stressful, but this isn't cringe. And like, y'all are okay. And most people seem to think y'all are okay.
I made an incest post and it didn't win a month is basically what happened.
Yeah. I think the cringiest thing is the weird propagation of pseudoscience that's being attached to it. That's what's cringy to me.
And then you ended it off with...
Yes, the She Doesn't Love a Mama's Boy, which was the girl who went on a date and the mother called the boy 5 times in 2 hours for constant recaps, and the boy totally played into this. And we suspect that there may be some cultural context that we're missing or something else, but man, that is... I don't know. To me, that boy is pretty cringe. I'm not sure which is the most cringe of these episodes. I don't think it's yours, though.
See, no, I lost. I will bow in defeat. I think, personally, that the cheater is the cringiest because of just especially since the baby mama is pregnant.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that detail.
The victim is pregnant. Yeah, so I concede. You win, Ryan.
I mean, we'll see. It's not our choice. It's about votes. But yeah, I think the cheating one is probably the most cringe. It's definitely the most cut and dry of this is wrong, right? There's no ethical defense for this one. It's just
There's
wrong.
no cultural context we need to worry about.
Nope. Because the second one, I don't think is cringe. I don't think it's wrong. The third one, I think is kind of cringe, but I don't know. Maybe there's just a communication failure here and it could be okay. First one is just not okay.
Right. But now we are in November. Okay. So, I have a really good one.
Ooh, I'm excited.
To start off November. It is... God, how do I put this? It's about a wedding, but, like, not OP's wedding. All right. So...
I like those.
It's from r/Am I the Asshole? The title of the post is, Am I the Asshole for not allowing my ex-husband's girlfriend to wear my wedding dress?
This is... Okay, yeah. Let's go.
Yeah.
Wait, sorry. Ex-husband's girlfriend?
Ex-husband's girlfriend.
So this guy's getting married and he's like, you know what? That dress looked really good the first time. Can we use it again?
That's what you're thinking it's going to be.
That's what I'm... Yeah, okay.
Okay, all right. So, I, 35-year-old female, have been divorced from my 41-year-old male husband for 3 years.
Okay.
So, this couple has been divorced for 3 years. We have one son together who is 5. And my ex, who we will call K, started dating another woman who we will call G.
All right.
Kay and I have a great relationship with each other. We still love each other, but as friends.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Nothing wrong with that.
Kay started dating G about 10 months ago. So the relationship's not even a year old.
All right.
G and I have become really great friends and enjoy being around each other. Everything seemed to be going great until the other day.
Okay.
Kay and G have started to talk about marriage. I know Kay is really hesitant, but G wants to get married and have children of her own.
Okay, so the new girl really wants to get married and have children, and the guy's like, oh, okay, I mean, I'm hesitant, maybe not.
Yeah.
All right.
And so we're talking about people in their late 30s, early 40s.
Yeah. Okay.
Keep this in mind. Keep this in mind. These are grown folks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. I guess G saw some of our old wedding pictures, particularly pictures of my wedding dress, and has been raving about how pretty of a dress it is. The other day, we had coffee together, and G brought up getting married soon. I told her how happy I was for her, and I genuinely am happy for her.
Okay. All positive.
Things started to change, though, when she asked if she could wear my wedding dress.
Mm-hmm.
I was really shocked that she even asked, and immediately told her I was absolutely flattered, but no.
Mm-hmm.
She got extremely pouty and started to ask why. I explained that I wasn't comfortable with her wearing my dress to marry my ex-husband. She got really upset and started to cause a scene.
Okay.
So just uncomfy vibes.
Mm-hmm.
I walked out knowing that she wasn't going to calm down, and about an hour later, my ex called to ask me what happened. I told him, and he completely understood and was on my side. But the issues didn't end there.
Okay.
G started having her friends and family call me and my work, calling me the asshole for not quote-unquote sharing. G is claiming that I'm not over K and that I'm doing this to ruin her wedding. While it's true that I am not over K, part of me just doesn't feel comfortable with her wearing my wedding dress. This whole argument has really put a strain on my ex's and I's relationship and the relationship around my son.
Mm-hmm.
Part of me feels like I should give in, but I'm just not comfortable with it. So am I the asshole for letting her not wear my wedding dress? Edit to add, G told her friends and family that I offered her to use the dress, but backed out because I was jealous. OP has offered the following explanation for why they think they might be the asshole. I might be the asshole because I won't give my wedding dress to my kid's potential stepmom.
Wow. Okay, so, I mean, snap judgment here, not the asshole. Like, I just don't see how this person is the asshole here. Because even if this has nothing to do with jealousy or possessiveness or anything, which I don't actually think it does, it's, to me, it seems like a sentimentality, right? Like, there's this connection to this dress, that the wedding meant something to you, the relationship meant something to you. You clearly have a good relationship with this person still, even if it's switched into a platonic friendship relationship. You're co-parenting a child, right?
Yeah.
So, like, to me, I could see the sentimentality of, like, yeah, this isn't my past. This isn't the relationship I have with this person anymore, but this is an icon of how we got to where we are.
Also, it's her dress. She should be possessive over her clothing items.
Well, I'm not a very materialistic person. I don't have a lot of possessiveness for things that way. I get that for some people, a wedding dress can be a very particular attachment thing, which is why I'm like, yeah, I don't think there should be any expectation that you would share this kind of thing. And I think even if there wasn't this connotation around wedding dresses, just the idea that, you know, you're forced to change the sentimentality of an object in your possession to cater to someone else. No, I don't agree with that.
I don't get what is up with G in this scenario. Like, why do okay, you're getting her man. Now you're wanting her dress? I don't get it. Like, I don't, okay, not her man. Let me fix my language. She is marrying the guy And it feels to me when I read it that she's wanting to completely replace OP. The dress is such an iconic piece of a wedding, coming from a person who was in a wedding whose wedding dress was chaotic, to say the least.
Okay.
A big talking point of most weddings is around the bride and the dress. Like
it is, isn't it?
It's a weird thing that we have such value on it, but we do. And so it's odd that she's wanting to marry a man in the dress of the man's ex.
Yeah, I do think it's weird. I'm not sure that I buy into the replacement theory. I get where that comes from, and you might be right. But to me, that seems like she's already kind of doing that, right? Like, she's already marrying the man. They're going to have their own kids together, it sounds like. So it sounds like she's already well on her way to being this person. Like, I don't know why, if she has such a good relationship with her, why she would be trying to replace her, because it seems like, I mean, maybe that's all a ruse, I guess.
It could be, because it's like, this is only 10 months.
But here's the thing that really stands out to me. Like, say you really like her dress.
Yeah.
You can go get a dress just like that.
Oh,
like, it's
absolutely.
not hard to be like, show them a picture and be like, this is the dress I want. Do you have something like this, right? So to me, it almost feels like, I know wedding dresses are very expensive. I'm like, is this just a money thing? It feels like a money thing. It feels like, I don't want to pay for a wedding dress. I just want to use yours. Instead of like, okay, I can't use yours. I'll just go get one that looks almost exactly the same. Because the original person here is not saying she can't have a wedding dress just like her. She can't have her wedding dress, right?
If it was about money, I feel like money would have came up.
Well, it's not money on her end, right? It's G may not have used that excuse, but that might be her motivation. I'm just like, I don't understand the point, right? Like, unless G is attached to the sentimentality of it having been OP's wedding dress, but that's weird. I don't get that.
But also the fact that she lied to her friends and family, saying that it was offered to her and then taken away over jealousy is, I feel like it's very telling. I'm just not sure what it tells.
It's just a major red flag. This person's insane. Yeah. This is a crazy person.
But also, like, I can't imagine wanting to marry a person that you've only known for like 10 months. That's less than a year.
Oh, I don't have a problem with that. I that doesn't bother me. That happens frequently. I
know, but I find it odd, and the fact that she's so inserted in such a short amount of time, because there's still a child involved.
Yeah, but even that doesn't surprise me, because like they've been divorced for 3 years. So
well, yeah, it's not like, my concern is that this person came out of nowhere and is wanting to insert themselves into life entirely. Like, if I had a child, regardless of what my relationship with the father, I'm not going to introduce my kid to somebody I've only known like a short amount of time, especially that young. That kid is only 5.
Sure, but okay, they've been together for almost a year, and they're not super young. So if she wants to have kids, maybe she's like, hey, I wouldn't rush this into the marriage thing, but like, if we're gonna have kids, we want to start doing that soon, because there's health risks as you get older, right?
I wish I knew how old G was, because we know that K is getting up there in years. He's 41.
Yeah, I mean, at that age, I mean, like, I'm 35 and I'm concerned about having kids, because I'm starting to get to the age where I'm like, I can contribute to health risks for the child. And so I'm like, if I'm gonna have biological kids, I kind of need to do it now, or I shouldn't do it, right? Is my kind of mentality. And so to me, there's definitely this idea of like, I could see this person being like, you're 41, maybe she's a few years younger too, maybe she's like 38, 35 even. Yeah, no. But even if she's like 35, as a woman, that's like that's when you start paying attention to these things and being like, like, the health risks just keep going up. So I could see like that being a time crunch if she wants to have children, like biological children, right?
And then I've also seen pointed out several times in the comments section, they're not engaged yet.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, Kay's been hesitant, specifically hesitant, and G's pushing for it. And they're using the term girlfriend over and over again, not fiance.
Right. Yeah, no, they didn't mention that. You're right. There's no point where they said they're engaged. Yeah, so to me, all of this is like, okay, this is weird. It's a weird request. It's a weird reaction to the request. Okay, fine. Honestly, the thing to me that stands out is the line to the family, right? To me, everybody lies, right, about things, right? You know, I'm pulling a Dr. House here. Everybody lies, right? We all do white lies, especially the kind that just make our life a little bit easier, right? That's a thing.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like, oh, you know what? I will say this nice thing when I don't particularly mean it because I want this person to feel better and I just want to move on with my life, right? Those kinds of little lies, those happen. Those are normal. I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with them. The kind of lie that's like, this will come into direct contention immediately because the person is going to deny it. You're creating this thing where I'm saying a story and the other person is going to know right away that I have said this false story and now there will be a point of contention. To me, I'm like, you have to be crazy to do that kind of lie.
Especially when
those kinds of lies are insane because there's no chance that anyone will ever believe that, right? Like maybe some people will, but like, you know it's a lie and the other side is so aware that it's a lie that it's just, I'm like, that's just dumb. It's just bad. Like, little white lies I think can be okay, but man, that kind of line, that is crazy town.
Oh yeah, it's crazy town. Scrolling through the comments, like I said, apparently this situation isn't weird or abnormal. I found another person who said, hard, not the asshole. I am in a really similar situation to you. I have an ex-wife and a 5-year-old. And I got along really well with her and her partner. If my partner ever asked something like that, I would shut it down immediately. And I did when he asked me for my really particular suit jacket for their wedding day.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And then I found another one who was a little bit different, and I'm not finding it now. But the TLDR of this other commenter was that the new fiance not only wanted the wedding dress, but wanted to alter it.
Okay.
And I think I get that there's like that tradition of something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue, but I feel like that's taken a little bit too far. And I had the really bad joke of they're borrowing the husband, so it doesn't count. Not that, yeah, bad joke.
I will go out on a limb here, though. I will say that I could see the situation coming up and it being okay.
Yeah, if everybody's comfortable with it.
I could totally see a version where the person's like, yeah, of course you can use a wedding dress. Like, why not? That's wonderful. Like, cool. More connection for the three of us. Great. Like, I could see people being in that situation where that is okay. If everyone's okay with it. But I feel like that's kind of thing that kind of has to be offered, right?
Well, yeah. I feel like it should be offered, and it should be like, if anybody, literally anybody in the three of them feels uncomfortable. Yeah,
it's a no-go.
It's a no-go. Kind of like a threesome. Everybody has to be down on it.
Yeah, you kind of need 100% buy-in on that. Absolutely, yeah. Interesting example, but here you go.
I feel like if the shoe fits.
There's so many jokes here. I'm just going to leave them on the table. We're just going to leave those on the table.
All right, we'll leave them
in plain view.
And hopefully next week you'll blow me out of the water because this is our last month.
I know. You've been winning a lot. I gotta bring something back. So right. I've got some good ones.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right, well, I'm Ryan, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram under Build Right Roll, where I post about my professional Dungeon Master experiences. You can check out the links in the description if you're interested in hiring a professional DM or looking to level up your own DM skills.
And you can find me, V, at I'm Cringe Queen at Instagram and Twitter, or check me out on YouTube as the Queen of Cringe, and be embarrassed with me.
All right. Well, thanks for listening and cringing along with us.
And we'll catch you next time with more awesome cringe content.
I'm hypocritical, but at least I know we could be beautiful or maybe terrible. Only one way to know. Only one way to know.
Hello, I am Patrick.
And I'm Andrew. And I'm Christian.
And I'm Allie.
And we are Rad Theater, a podcast where a bunch of friends play role-playing games and share a single brain cell, and the GM doesn't always have it. Oh, and it's theater spelled the correct way, Theatre.